sound, speed, action. Hey y'all, it's BW. Me, BW. I am BW. All right, and this is your 1 hour pre-test and maybe even pre-test slash post-test drawing. Okay, we are going to draw which should be a simple object, and that being an hourglass. We are going to draw an hourglass. Okay. This is ultimately an individual practice. However, I will chime in. I will be talking in the background. I will also be drawing this. You can watch me work through something that may be an issue you're facing, but ultimately I'm going to be drawing from a different angle. So I can help, but I'm not going to be able to give you the answers to your test. All right, so here we go. Let the fun begin. 1 hour in. Well, I'm still going to talk you all through this step by step. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set a border, right? We can do it like this. We can, close one eye. What is the shot that I want? What is the framing that I want? And, me being me, I'm going to go ahead and crop it something very tight, but still tells the whole story of the object. All right, so I've got my visual image. All right, and let me be respectable. In my mind, no time passes at all when I do a drawing. All right, let me shut up. That's not what we're here for. Let me go 1-1. Going 1-1. Hey, Ollie, did you check, by any chance, did you check where the leaves are? Did you check where the leaves are? So you checked outside for the hook? All right, just in case it helps, the first thing we do is the lines or the outlines, or it's kind of like line and shape. We'll put these together, line and shape, because it's kind of tricky, because there's really no such thing as a line. I'm so sorry. There's not an actual dog barking in your ear at this time. That is my dog that is barking in your ear. Thank you, Oliver. So, as fast as I can get this done, the faster I can get this done, the better. And for this step, it's honestly a lot of guessing. It's kind of interesting to see how this object is being translated onto the paper. And I say that because I started off with that hand measurement. I, created a little crop. And then after I made the crop, then I started drawing, right? And now everything is based off of the size of my hand, because I said I wanted this object, the top, the bottom, all those pieces to come to the edge of my hand, and then I laid my hand on the paper to get the sizing, right? But this piece of paper is existing in the real world, and this hourglass is also existing in the real world. What's interesting to me right now is the size difference from the actual object to the object that I'm drawing on my paper, despite the two objects being in very similar proximity to me. That of to me. Maybe something like that. Who knows? And let me tell you, the hourglass is like the best symbol that I could imagine. For us to start and end with. feel like I'm way off. Ollie. I don't know that I want that one, or that I'm going to use that one too much, whatever. Ollie, please. Okay, so here's a good time to talk about the rules that I have as an artist. We work from the back to the front, from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right. If you're right-handed, it's going to be from the right to the left. If you're left-handed, it's going to be from the right to the left. Another rule that I have is one stroke at a time. You know, I know that there are collectors out there, and those collectors want a bunch of different things, but I'm fairly confident nobody wants a shaky picture. Next thing is, even if you want to make a shaky picture, using simple straight lines is key. Okay, I've got my line and I've got my shapes in, right? Now I'm going to start working color, form, I'm going to say texture and value. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to starting on the top left of my drawing. I'm just going to start coloring stuff in. Or I'm going to start coloring in parts of I knew that I was going to draw this hourglass, but something I was curious about was, what time was it going to be once I made it to the sand? Not enough caffeine. I slept 8 hours last night. Ooh, fell asleep there. Fell asleep drawing. Hurting. I'm sure that there are some that don't believe me when I say that I'm up at 4 in the morning, but I'm down for bed at midnight. I'm saying that like I'm a kid. We put him down for bed at midnight. I guess now is as good of a time as ever to talk about tools. I try to keep mine very simple. I use 2 mechanical pencils. Excuse me. Every now and then I'll use a third. I personally prefer mechanical pencils. I am using Pentel Graph Gear mechanical pencils, the 1000s, the little finger cushions. They allow me to be fairly aggressive when it comes to my stroke. Probably should have put like a disclaimer at the beginning, like, yo, go to the bathroom. Yeah, go to the bathroom before you start. Bro, I was struggling right there. I'm not editing it out either. Why didn't you finish your picture? Bro, I was falling asleep around 20 minutes in. Does that mean this picture isn't interesting? No, not at all. Y'all gonna be falling asleep watching this. Why am I sleepy all of a sudden? Because the guy on the screen is sleepy. You know, if this doesn't come out the way that I want it to, shoot, I'm gonna have to do it again. Can't play no music. Probably can't even play any of my own. Oh man. 21. Dozed off again. Hey, I'm hurting, man. You gotta be fast with the sand, or else it's changing on you every second, right? I think that's one of the reasons why I'm jumping. Like this isn't squared away, but I'm jumping to the sand. Oh my goodness. I can't edit it out. It happened. Y'all forgive me, Lord forgive me. Shoot. I'm kind of like forgetting what it is I'm supposed to be drawing. Yikes. All right, so this hourglass is one of the, not this hourglass, but we got white sand in glass, dark background. How do you depict this? And how do you keep the glass clear? How do you keep the sand white? Contrast. I keep dozing off, bro. Boom, he did it again. Oh my goodness, am I gonna make time dozing off over here? Oh, Jesus, y'all. This is the pretest. I can't take this class with this guy. He's falling asleep at his own video. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassing to myself right now. Maybe I can make up with it with a really good drawing. that encourages you and inspires you to further trust me. Oh, man. You know, there was this time I did a live video, and I remember I had no idea why I did the video live, but I do know that I was hurting. I was like physically in pain from being fatigued, and I 100% like fell out of the chair. Bam. Boy, it was tired. It's kind of funny, the hourglass and drawing it like you're always late. It no longer looks. It no longer looks like that. Pray for me. Why am I doing this? Remember what I said? Back to the front. Left to right. And I can reach all this. So we'll do this one first. And we do the color first. I am keeping my example rather academic. This is intentional. I am resisting the urge to just go ham So this just became like the pre, the mid, and the post test. I reserve the right to come back and draw the same thing for the mid weight, the halfway test. I also reserve the right to come back and draw it again for the post test. And I think each time I do it, I can get a little bit spicier, right? So this one being the pre-test, here we are. This is where we start. Instructors falling asleep. Students aren't sure of themselves. You know, just a absolute recipe for a fun movie or something. The wise, sleepy teacher. The brave, untrained student. Let me stop. You're here, doing the work that needs to be done in order to achieve the things that you are hoping to achieve. I gotta keep my eye on the time. This isn't an unlimited drawing. Maybe I should have put, all right, who knows? I don't know. I think it needs to go to the end. I've got an announcement, but it goes at the end. I can't share it now. I wanted to share it now, but special announcement waiting for you at the end of this video. That's what I'll say about it right now. I don't know that I needed this camera for, we'll use it. "30 minutes. We are halfway through on our time. Are you halfway through on your drawing?" Why do I want this first one to be an hour? Well, look. Maybe they should all be an hour long. They are going to at least be 30 minutes long. Like, that's really all the time that we need per session in order to talk about these things that I'm doing that help me achieve the result that I am actively achieving. How do I make my lines? How do I make my shapes? How do I color? And yeah, and that's my purpose, is to teach you how you want to do these things. Only way I know how to do that is to draw hundreds of pictures together. Well, maybe not hundreds. Depends on how quick of a study you are. But 100 drawings, I would think that would do it. Is that believable? Probably not. All right, so can I? All right, this little thing is black on a dark brown. I've got a black object sitting on top of a dark brown object. Can I depict this accurately? Who knows? Mm-mm. Can't quite see what's over there. Did I finish talking about the supplies? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't normally erase. When I do, I try to be additive about what it is, additive to the drawing when I'm erasing, but this little goof that I had here in the drawing is more than I was willing to keep. $20 more minutes. Whew. Okay, so one of the things that I'm doing now is I am working on form. And one of the ways that I'm doing that is by using what are called contour lines. Contour lines, in short, tell us the direction that an object flows. Excuse me. There's a phone company, or at least, that's where they started for sure. Who knows exactly what all they are now. But there was a phone company whose logo is a sphere and contour lines that wrap around that sphere. I'm sure those contour lines mean something entirely different, whatever, blah, blah, whoop-de-whoop. Still, those lines wrap around the sphere-like object, this ghost sphere. And the lines wrap around the ghost sphere, and they articulate that there's even a sphere there because of the contour lines. Contour lines are like one of the most powerful objects that we have when it comes to depicting realism. They're essential, right? The contour lines. The contour lines to a drawing are like letters to a word. You're able to tell what the word is based off the letters. And even if I mix up where the letters go, you still know what the word is because of the letters that are there. So, like, let's say I'm drawing an object and I am just absolutely trashing the drawing. Like, can't get it right. Well, with the use of contour lines that make some sort of sense, that communicate something, that'll help us be able to tell the difference between your lovely cat or your hairy dog. Because of the use of your contour lines. Now there's some pretty advanced things here. There's some like glares and there's some flares and all these lighting pitfalls that we'd probably love to go after if we had more than 60 minutes. Making time. We're making something out of the time. 15 minutes left. Something that's really cool when you teach is that you always come across a student that is in development, but despite that development, they're better than you. They are better at the craft than you are. I look forward to seeing who that student is going to be. And if that student is going to be willing to outwork me. Can they get up at 3 in the morning? Down at midnight? If they can, guess what? They're going to be better. Man, I don't love my spacing here at the top compared to what it is that I'm seeing. But you know what's cool? You'll never know what it is that I'm seeing. I'm sure there's somebody on the internet that can figure out what it is that I'm seeing based off of math, the angle that I'm looking at when I look, the photo reference, and however many other lighting cues there are, be able to find the street I live on. Or maybe they just find what street I live on. They like fake the reverse engineering. Who knows? How could you prove that you're not faking? I am the real deal. I did it exactly how I said I did it. It's kind of frustrating here is like, who wants a drawing of an hourglass? Man, I wouldn't even know who to get. I wouldn't know who to give this to. It just says practice picture. All right, man. Getting this color right can be challenging and certainly not a friendly task for an hour-long drawing. Whose idea was it to go this dark, huh? Contour lines, contour lines. This will. Having time drawings are good because they force you to set priorities and exercise priorities. All right, looks like we don't have much time left. Okay, so let's start talking about what we're going to do here. You've made a drawing. Okay, and now I need to see your drawing. So, you're going to send your drawing to me. And I am going to, in turn, open up my online course to you. It's going to be free. Okay? And I'm going to teach you everything I know about how to make art. Yep. But if you didn't make it through this, then even though those classes are going to be 30 minutes apiece, I got to see this drawing first. I got to know where we're starting from. I also, kind of got to, this is like my way of vetting you. Like, my time is, oh man. I cannot afford to waste my time. And if you're not willing to like participate in some prerequisites, then I can't trust you. I can't trust you to use the information. So I'm not even going to make it accessible to you. Oh man, why didn't I use the smudge stick earlier? The worst smell on earth. Autumn leaves. I'll take a skunk over autumn leaves. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time, even though you probably you should have heard it. But you're gonna take this picture. There will be a link at the end of this video. You're gonna submit that picture to me. I'm gonna review it. We're gonna talk about it. Text, email, social media, wherever we meet. And then I'm gonna get you the courses. Sorry, just trying to focus there. Running out of sand. We're running out of sand. All right, once we're out of sand, I'm cutting the video off. that link will pop up, and the formatting is going to be something like teaching you everything that I know about art while drawing an hourglass. Teaching you excuse me, everything I know about art while making a portrait in color with colored pencil. Teaching you everything I know about art while painting a vase. And I'll continue to make these videos as I draw things. And I'm gonna let you know now. I always do the same thing for every single picture: line, shape, color, form, texture, value. Sometimes there are a few other fundamentals of art that need to be used. I digress. All right, same thing one more time, a whole lot smoother. You're going to send me your drawing of this hourglass in the form. And then after I see it, I'm going to grant you access to all of my courses. And in the future, we will have live drawings where we can do this together. You can get immediate feedback. And I'm going to teach you everything that I know about being an artist, how to make art, how to transition this from a hobby into a business, and how to draw anything, anywhere, at any time, with any material. Accurately, inaccurately, and being able to control the two options. All at the very low cost of free $99. So tell your mom, tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. Tell them if they're into art. Tell them if they're not into art. Tell them, yo, W is giving out free art classes. Oh, last grain of salt, sand, pencils down. What you got is what you got. All right, here's the link. Send your pictures in. We'll be talking soon. Thank you for your time.